Hello everyone. In continuation with the previous video on AEFI, we'll be discussing further today. In the last video, we have already seen what is AEFI, what are different types of AEFI. In present video, we'll be focusing more on what are the different types of AEFI based on severity, how we'll be diagnosing anaphylaxis, what is the difference between AEFI kit and anaphylaxis kit. Also, we'll be discussing adrenaline dosage chart. So, starting with the AEFI classification based on severity. Based on severity, we classify AEFI into three main types. First is minor AEFI, second is severe AEFI, and third is serious AEFI. Now, what are the various AEFIs under these categories? Talking about minor AEFI, these are the AEFIs which are mild in nature, adverse events which are mild in nature. For example, fever, pain at site of injection. Such kind of AEFIs need not much of attention, but any type of AEFI, be it minor, severe or serious, had to be notified. Now moving towards severe form of AEFI. Severe form of AEFI is one which can cause disabling condition and can be and is rarely life threatening for individuals. These kinds of AEFI usually doesn't require any sort of hospitalization and they don't land up into long-term problems for people. For example, non-hospitalized cases of anaphylaxis that have recovered and have high fever are categorized into severe AEFI. Now talking about serious AEFI. Under serious AEFI, 5 sorts of conditions are there. Any of the AEFI which is occurring in large number among people, that is any of the AEFI, be it fever, be it be pain at site of injection, be it be anything which is occurring in masses at one particular site. That is, we are having cluster of any particular AEFI, that is considered serious AEFI. Secondly, any of the AEFI which has led to significant community concern, that means which has led to chaos in general public, is again considered as serious AEFI. Any of the AEFI which causes severe or significant disability, any AEFI which causes hospitalization, and ultimately those which lead to death. These are the AEFIs which are categorized under serious form. Now moving towards, if any of the AEFI amongst these is detected, what we are supposed to do, that we will be covering in another video. Today we will be focusing more on how we will be detecting at site wherever vaccination is taking place, how we will be able to detect anaphylaxis at that site. So, in order to detect anaphylaxis at particular vaccination site, we need to focus on 3 main systems: respiratory, cardiovascular and dermatological systems. If any of the patient who has been vaccinated, any of the person who has been vaccinated develop any of symptoms from 2 of this system, that is either respiratory, cardiovascular or dermatological, any 2 systems are involved and the person who is vaccinated is having symptoms from any of these 2 systems, we will be declaring it as anaphylaxis. Now, what to be done in case of anaphylaxis? As you are seeing in this picture, this is the anaphylaxis kit and we will be discussing about this in coming slides. This is the anaphylaxis kit. Now, one thing more which I need to tell you over here is, people have a general confusion regarding 2 things, that is anaphylaxis kit and AEFI kit. These are 2 different kits. We will be discussing the difference between these 2, but these are 2 different kits. Anaphylaxis kit is present at the level of A&M and AEFI kit is present at the level of a medical officer. That means AEFI kit can be used by a medical officer and this anaphylaxis kit can be used by A&M. Now, what is present in this anaphylaxis kit? As we can see in this picture, there are 3 adrenaline ampoules, 3 swabs and 3 syringes. So, this constitutes anaphylaxis kit. Also along with it, you can see there is a charting which is pasted on the box, which is always provided with the anaphylaxis kit in order to make the diagnosis of anaphylaxis. Here also you can see that symptoms of respiratory, cardiovascular and dermatological systems are mentioned. For example, in respiratory it is mentioned swelling of tongue, lip, throat, difficulty in breathing, stridor, wheezing, cyanosis or grunting. Any of these features from the respiratory system is seen in vaccinated individual. In case of cardiovascular, it is written low BP, tachycardia or decreased level of consciousness. Any of these symptoms is seen in vaccinated individual. So this way it is easy for A&M to make the diagnosis of anaphylaxis using this chart. Moving towards the treatment of anaphylaxis, the sole treatment for anaphylaxis at the point of vaccination site is use of adrenaline. Now how much dose of adrenaline need to be given? This dosage chart is given over here. Few points which we need to remember regarding adrenaline is that it has a very short life. That is, it has an expiry of around 12 months to 18 months. So it needs to be replaced after regular intervals. Secondly, it needs to be stored in airtight containers and should be protected from light. Now regarding the dose, it should be given in 0.01 ml per kg body weight. The dosage requirement as per different age groups has been given in this table. So for adults specifically, we need to remember we have to give 0.5 ml dose of adrenaline. For 0 to 1 years, 0.05 ml dose of adrenaline. There in this table, corresponding units and insulin syringe is also being mentioned over here. If in case we don't have a normal disposable syringe available, so we can use insulin syringe as well. So corresponding values in units of insulin syringe is also given in this table. Point which you need to remember is for adults, specifically if I talk about COVID-19 vaccination which is going on, since initially it started with adults only, with the healthcare workers, and now also we are giving it to the 18 to 44 years age group, and initially we started with more than 45 years age group. So for them, dose of adrenaline is 0.5 ml. Now coming to the point which I was telling you, that there is a difference between anaphylaxis kit and AEFI kit. What is the difference? As I told you, anaphylaxis kit is available at the immunization sites and is being utilized by A&M. What it consists of? It consists of adrenaline, 3 ampules, 3 tuberculin or insulin syringes, 3 cotton swabs, and guidelines, or as I told you, the guidelines to detect anaphylaxis that is pasted on it. And one more thing which is attached or usually kept along with anaphylaxis kit is certification format and also dose calculation chart, so that A&M just or the sister can look into the chart and give appropriate dose of adrenaline. Here certification format is also mentioned in anaphylaxis kit. I will be showing that certification format in the next slide. Now we will be moving towards AEFI kit. AEFI kit basically is a well equipped kit used to manage anaphylaxis, which is usually present at PHC or CHC, and it need to be used by medical officer or rank above it. What is present in this AEFI kit? All the contents which are present in anaphylaxis kit are also present in AEFI kit. In what else is present in AEFI kit is intubation resuscitation equipment, hydrocortisone injection and tablet is there, ringer lactate, normal saline, 5% dextrose, IV drip set and scalp vein sets are also included in AEFI kit. Fine. So AEFI kit is basically kit which contains the contents far more than the contents in anaphylaxis kit. And now moving towards the part which I have left, that is certification format, which is a component anaphylaxis kit. What is this certification format? See, certification format, and as I told you earlier, that adrenaline is basically a medicine which has an expiry date of 12 to 18 months. It needs to be replaced from time to time before expiry. So in order to keep it in mind or to keep a regular check on it, certification format has been made, wherein a medical officer visits or checks the anaphylaxis kit at quarterly 3 months time. This is the format of the certification format, wherein you can say ampules of adrenaline syringes and needle is mentioned over here, and this is regularly being checked for the expiry date and signed. So this is basically just to check that the kits which we are having, anaphylaxis or AEFI kit, have not expired. So I guess this gives you a better information about the difference between anaphylaxis kit and AEFI kit. Also, we have learned how to choose the appropriate dosage for different age groups, and we have seen how to find out that a person has got an anaphylaxis. Got it? Now, this concludes our today's video, and in the coming videos we will be discussing about AEFI causality assessment and how to register any AEFI following any sort of vaccination, preferably focusing on COVID-19 vaccination. Till then, stay tuned, keep watching my videos, like, comment, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.